much. Another round of applause for all the presenters so far. Asante sana. We are going to the Q&A session. We'll allow only one question per presenter. And I'm hoping that the questions do not become a presentation. Najua kuna wale wakiuliza maswali, it's like a presentation. So we have to be brief, because after that, we want to hear from one of our key sponsors, ACEK. So, microphone and brief questions, one per presenter, maximum. Naona hakuna maswali. Oh, there's one professor there.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mine is to Were. Next time, you need, if you are using the fraud number, say fraud number greater than 1. But now, if you bring that equation, it will not go well with what you are saying. Then the other issue is that how did you do your statistical analysis to say that our young engineers are having a very bad mental wellness? You need to have done used maybe some level of significance to say and test your hypothesis that it works. Thank you.
Next question. Wellness imeisha. No more question on wellness. We agreed one per presenter. We are not changing that rule. Okay, sawa.
Thank you. I'd like to ask a question to the first presenter, who was talking about electricity being cheap and leading to reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. I'm wondering from what angle or from what cost analysis, because we know that electricity generation from coal power plants, for example, and diesel power plants is a big generator of greenhouse gas emissions. So
thank you.
Yeah.
And then there'll be the third question. You know, you never disobey your boss, so Engineer Mutulili, you are allowed to ask the question. And it's the last question.
Thank you very much, Were. I am really interested in that statistics of wellness. That was for graduate engineers, you said. I don't know what you said was stressing them, and I don't know what you said we can do. I think you are rushed as I was trying to still listen to that. If you can just tell us what is you can do, so that if there's anything we can do, we'll try to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Were, you can come and answer. Were, you have more questions to answer. But we'll allow you 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for the questions. I think I'll start with the Prof. On fraud's number, like I said, for the water engineers, I think they would understand what I meant. Less than 1, subcritical, then there's critical, then there's supercritical, greater than 1. So, but I have welcomed the concerns. And then for the statistical analysis, well, qualitative research can be very tricky. So, but the main way for analysis of qualitative research, majorly, it is always given as percentages and or frequency. So when you say the percentage of this and that, so that is how I did my analysis. And then Engineer Mutilili. So the causes of stress, I understand I went through it very fast. I think it was shown workplace harassment. A lot of young engineers are complaining they're being harassed by workmates, by their bosses, sexually, verbally, some I think even physically. And then they are saying it is very difficult to handle these cases because now, how do you report to your boss, to the HR? he's the boss of the HR. So it becomes a bit tricky in solving those questions. So you find that young engineers just let it slide. And then there's also this big problem of limited opportunities. Well, since the conference started, I've had EBK, IK, ACEK. They are talking about these, trying to look for these greener pastures for young engineers. Well, okay, I can say that I think if we look deep into government, there are a lot of opportunities. Yeah, even if before they even empower the private sector, I think there's a lot of, like the county governments. I don't understand how someone can pay fees, sorry, someone can pay fees for their drawings or anything to be reviewed in county government, and then when the results come back, a building still collapses. I actually think we pay fees so that when this drawing goes to the county government, an engineer also sits down and goes through it and sends you a report on what to do and what not. So I think there are a lot of opportunities, and thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Maybe before I answer your question, is it okay if I find out your background? Are you electrical in background? You are in? Civil. Oh, okay, then I can term the wording I'll make use of. So, very quick response. The generation of power within our country, Kenya, is predominantly from renewable energy sources that have very little contribution to climate change. Okay? So, in fact, there are times during the day or at night when our generation is 100% renewable. We don't have generation from coal. At such times, we don't have generation from diesel. In fact, for the larger plants, it's not really diesel. It's something called HFO, heavy fuel oil. Okay? Now, when are they brought on board, the heavy fuel oil plants or the diesel plants as you know them? They are only brought on board to support what you call voltage profiles within the heavily loaded areas. What it means is there are times when there's a lot of demand from the grid, the voltage level starts going down. Okay? Now, since most of our generation is outside, this was mostly Nairobi and Mombasa, since most of our generation is outside those areas, we have from geothermal, which is in Olkaria, which is a leading energy source in the country right now, followed by hydro, most of it along the Tana River, that is in Machakos, Makueni, Kitui counties. Then we have wind, we have from Lake Turkana, that's very, like 400 plus kilometers away. We have solar that is spread across the country. Those are the leading generation sources we have in the country. So the thermals or the diesel, as you mentioned, they're only brought in when we have challenges because the voltage has gone down during heavy loaded times of loading on the network. And that's for a very short time. Most of the time, probably around 30 minutes to an hour max. They don't run for so long. So it's very green. I can assure you are not polluting the environment when you cook with the electricity. Thank you.